had just passed all my vision tests. There were no oncoming symptoms. It happened really abruptly. I experienced some nasal pain and just kind of like a lot of pressure all in this part of my, in the eyes and the forehead. I was, oh gosh, angry was not the word. I was tormented. I was depressed. I'm now completely blind. There were some particular points in time where I just wanted to die. I just wanted to give up. Didn't see how I had any relevance in the world. I couldn't take care of my kids. I couldn't make no meals. How was I going to clean the house? How was I going to do laundry? I couldn't even play with my daughter anymore. Yeah.
Melissa is a 41-year-old mother of 6 in San Bernardino, California. 10 years ago, she became blind as a result of diabetes-related glaucoma. Before that, she had faced serious domestic violence. And one day, she packed her kids into her SUV and she drove away from that relationship and hasn't looked back. She faced a period of drug and alcohol use, and right around that time, she started to lose her vision. So she was left navigating the California desert without her sight. She was navigating her sobriety, and she was also navigating motherhood as a single mom. Melissa's 2 youngest kids, Angie and Jacob, are very much a part of supporting their mom in her navigation of these 2 disconnected healthcare systems.
My name is Angelina. I'm 17 years old, a senior in high school. When I guide my mom, it's easier for her to grab on my shoulder. It's kind of just like automatically like what we did. Even now, if she has to go somewhere by herself because like I'm at school or something, I get so scared. Nobody can take care of her or watch out for her like me. What if she falls? What if they don't walk her right? I know everything about hers. I started keeping track of like her health stuff. If I were going to a doctor's appointment with my mom, I'll grab her arm or her hand and I'll like put it on the front desk so she knows to start speaking. When she gets good numbers at her appointments, it makes me happy because she gets so cute. She gets all happy for herself and I get happy too.
My daughter Angelina is a great care provider and she helps me navigate through all these systems. Sometimes she'll tell me, Mom, just calm down. Just calm down, it's not worth it. And I'll just be like, okay, because you know what? I don't want to embarrass myself and I don't want to embarrass my kids in public. And sometimes I gotta just know enough just to walk away. Sometimes it's just, the stress is just not even worth it. I'm just like, okay, fine. It is what it is.
It's been so challenging to move around a largely inaccessible world as a blind woman and to also navigate 2 different disconnected healthcare systems as a dual eligible person, meaning having both Medicare and Medicaid. Medicare insures people who are over 65. Medicaid covers low-income Americans, and you're able to benefit from both systems if you're someone like Melissa, who is both low-income and an adult with a lifelong disability. However, there's a lack of communication between the 2 systems.
Can I get 2 diabetic testing supplies that match, please? And I'll just be like, hey, Angie or Jacob, does this test strip happen to fit this machine? And does this lancet happen to fit this pokey thing?
And that would then lead her to not test her sugar. So you see how, from an outsider perspective, what may appear like a nuisance or a headache can actually be a life or death situation for someone. She doesn't have what's called an integrated plan which is something that's really being pushed now as the standard if you are a dual eligible beneficiary. She doesn't want to switch to another plan because she's worried that it will complicate things further.
I have one insurance telling me that I'm not responsible for co-pays at all. And then I have another insurance telling me that I am responsible for co-pays. So at the end of the day, I got tired of arguing. So I pay the $8, I pay the $1.35, I pay the $10, I pay whatever they ask me to pay, I just pay it.
Melissa is concerned that if she switches to another plan, she might not be able to go to the same providers whom she trusts.
I have a whole team of medical experts that kind of just follow me, and they make sure that I'm doing, well, and that I'm staying healthy and fit. Their willingness to see my healthcare through my eyes, through my lenses, is what makes the whole experience just kind of just turn around.
Now, Melissa is really passionate about her longevity, and as she says in her own words, not being a statistic.
Some of my health goals are to get physically fit, to keep my diabetes in check, to stay clean and sober. Maybe to one day get a medical transplant from my optometrist that would allow me to see again.
She's funny and energetic and caring. She's really cool. She accepts it, and she's just still like a normal person.
A lot of things have changed for me and my kids being a blind woman. I'm thankful that we continue to stay hopeful and optimistic. I'm thankful that we have very good communication skills, and I'm thankful that my kids are good kids. I think about them first. That's how I do it. And I want to bring a lot of laughter and joy, and I want to let them know that everything's going to be okay. And if I could do that by having a bright, bubbly, cheery disposition on life, then, well, so be it. That's what I'm going to do.
She has been involved with an organization called the Lighthouse for the Blind in San Bernardino. They have life skills classes, independent living classes, where she learns, for example, how to navigate a kitchen as an unsighted person. And it's there that she met Scott, who is also unsighted and became blind later in life. She heard his voice and knew it was probably the voice of a handsome man, and she was immediately attracted to him and he to her, and they started dating. It's the first time Melissa has had a relationship with another person who is also completely blind, and they have such a deep shared mutual understanding of what it's like, and that's really been something that attracted her to him. Melissa is very driven to rewrite the script and to break cycles that she has fallen into in the past. She is capable of anything with the appropriate support. She has started the process of moving towards a community college associate's degree with the hope of becoming a crisis counselor and supporting people from crisis into stability in the similar way that she has been able to move from a relationship that was marred with violence and into a life of stability and eventually peace.
We were so happy that night. That night was just awesome. It was really just awesome to experience the baseball game, to have the luxury of going out to dinner with my kids afterwards, to have the luxury of buying them some souvenirs during. They were having such a good time as well as I was.
She derives so much joy from seeing her children succeed. I was invited to Angie's high school graduation, and it was such an exciting time. Melissa was the loudest parent on the the last 2 years, she has started to embrace her blindness.
Blind people see things through a different set of lenses than seeing eye people. And I don't want to say like it's better than or less than, but it's just like kind of like our own little world. In my personal opinion, I think we rock. Yes. God has really turned my life around. He's given me a sight that only I can see, that can maybe bring some inspiration and hope to someone else that might be facing challenges of being a dual eligible recipient. Now I've come to a place where I've learned to love it and rejoice about it. When I look at us as blind people, I see nothing but beauty. It is beautiful, and it could be just really breathtaking. Blindness is beauty from ashes.